Arts influence society by changing opinions, installing values, and translating experience across space and time. Research has shown art affects the fundamental sense of self. Painting, sculpture, music, literature, and other acts of considered to be the of the society collective memory. Lady Charity, what's your opinion about art?
Thank you. Art. It's something that every society uses to identify itself. Arts, just like has been pointed out, has historical values, cultural values, economic values, and so on and so forth. For instance, in Nigeria, we have some artworks that are worth billions of naira. Some of them have been with us, and some of them had recently been recovered from where they were taken to. Art is something that is used to identify a particular society. For instance, from the eastern part of Nigeria, you see people wearing the Isiagu dress. In the other part of the country, like the southwest, you see people using the adire, the ashoke fabrics, which has become a thing that has come to stay for especially the women now. It's very much valued in this country and is even exported out of this country. We have what we call akwete fabric as well, and that one is made in somewhere in the southeast and also the Delta states. So we also have the akwacha of the Delta people, the Anambra people. So we have different arts. We also have the coral beads that they use to they use with this some of these fabrics are for fashion as far as the women are concerned. We also now have the culture of people tying gele. The gele tying has gone to different levels. They turn it to anything and it comes out very well and is as well exported out of this country. We have at somewhere in Abuja here, where you call the art and culture place. Okay. You see a lot of these arts littered all over the place, and they are very, very valuable. And the people who come from outside this country, they come there to buy them, to take away, to showcase in their own environment.
Thank you very much. She has elaborated on the topic. She has talked about the financial aspect of it. She has talked about even the cultural aspect of it. She mentioned how the Igbo people use their Isiagu, and then also the Delta people. She talked about the coral bead. I have a write-up that said art and craft describe wide variety activities involving making things with with one's own hand. Art and craft is usually a hobby, but in this time and age, the world has evolved. Like, it has gone beyond hobby, because people can create wealth from it. People can create living out of art, and that is why even this has been happening even in our forefathers during the olden time, we had acts. Our forefathers were creating acts, and I think they didn't even know what it was. Maybe they didn't look at the financial aspect of it. They were just creating it out of imagination, out of passion, and probably maybe telling a story. But the world have evolved now, and you see that even the British, our colonial master, even when they came, they see the need to take our acts to their countries. And then of course our art has been generating a lot of funds for them. And we have a lot of young people in this country that are idle. We always talk about young people who are always looking up to the white collar job. What do you think that they can make wealth from this, or what's your advice to them?
Yes, wealth creation actually is the in thing now. It's becoming unfashionable actually for people to go and sit in offices. You go and sit in offices, for instance, from your early days of graduation to when you become older, you find out that you have spent like 35 years sitting at a place, and you find out that you could have done a better, you would have done better with your time if you had somebody who encouraged you at the beginning to be self-employed, to be an entrepreneur. Now, this period is a period of creativity. People are unleashing the giants that is inside of them. You don't just sit at a place and wait for somebody to help you. I want to go a bit to the Bible. For every miracle that the Lord did in the Bible, the people concerned showed interest. For instance, the man at the beautiful gates said, showed interest when he was asked, what can we do for you? He said, only he requested that he could walk. Bartimaeus also said that I can see. So if you are a young Nigerian listening to this program, you have to be able to show interest that you want to help yourself by creating wealth by yourself. I want to advise using this medium to say, if you are a young person, you have to communicate effectively. Know what is happening around you, ask questions, know what others are doing, and be part of what they are doing. No wealth is created in a very comfortable environment. If you want to stay in your comfort zone, then it might not be possible for you to create wealth. You also have to be consistent with your creativity. Whatever you indulge in, you have to be very consistent. And also you have to be humble about it. You are going to be ready to take no for an answer. You might get 10 no's and then get 1 yes. And that 1 yes will make the whole lot of difference. Be somebody who can always say, Lord, here I am, send me. Have that attitude of saying, Lord, here I am, send me. But if you don't want to put yourself in a position where you are ready to help, and you are also be the kind of person who is not selfish. Bring your time to help others. Maybe in the course of helping others, you also help yourself. But if you are somebody who is so centered, a youth, you are so centered, everything you want to do is about me, you are not ready to help somebody, you might not get to where you're going. So this is an era of creativity. If you are a youth, look inside yourself, unleash the giant that is in you. There is a giant in every one of us. because God has created us to be very unique beings. So look inward and unleash the giant in you and use it for others in the first place before you, in that process, help yourself.
Thank you very much. Our guest just said something that really struck me, which is consistent. Like a lot of young people these days easily get bored. You get one no, you get just two no's, and you are done already. So our guest is encouraging us that we should be consistent. Just one no can just be the twist in your life. Another thing she mentioned was help yourself and help others. Yeah, you might be going through all those no's alone, but by the time you get a yes, it can affect you and affects even your community and others. So please, young people, if you are listening to us, there are a lot of things you can do. There are a lot of arts out there that you can engage in. Our guest mentioned the craft, the coral bead. She mentioned beads. She mentioned the aquete. There are even the people who tie hair tie in the gile that we tie for our various occasions. You can create wealth from there, because there's wedding every week, every Saturday. Every Saturday there's one wedding or the other, and then even fashion in this parts of the world is evolving. A lot of people now have embraced our local fabric, our local mode of dressing. They want to tie hair tie. You want to go to any occasion, have the different occasion for their different dressing. You want to go for traditional marriage. There's head tie for it.
And there's need for the youth to top up their skills. Whatever skill you have already acquired and it's not working out, step out and acquire more skills, soft skills here and there. The youths of this day are in a position where they can even sit in their houses and acquire new skills. This new skill will help you also to have multiple streams of incomes. It's not about going to sit in your office and waste your time. While you are sitting in your office, if you are not busy, you can also use your laptop to acquire a skill, or even use your laptop in your office and they get other source of income, not just one stream of income.
Yeah, based on what our guest is saying, I would like to say that she is trying to tell us that sitting in the office these days is kind of boring. You need to acquire skills. You need to have multiple streams of incomes. On that note, we will take a short break, and when we come back, the conversation will continue. Thank you.